We go on the YouTube channel. Here you go right here. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. This is where we post these things. So today's analysis is the Jedi, the Master, the Jedi Master myself versus the Prodigy International Master Hans Niemann. Shout out to him, by the way. He's a streamer and he's also doing well at the World Cup. He's or the World Cup. What is it? Over in India right now. It's like a Junior World Cup, something like that. But he's crushing it over there. So I saw that on US Chess. Good friend, and still like 15, 16, but a monster at this game. Thanks for the follow, Lloyd from Swiss. Thanks for the follow. So this was back in, he was an FM then. This was 3 years ago, and he was still a monster. So it was a FM at the time, 3 years ago. We played in Charlotte over the board here at the Invitational International Master Norm Tournament. I mean, at the time he had to be 12. So he's 12 years old playing at an IM tournament. Wizard at this game, right? So here we go. I'm playing white, and I know you have prep. I'm a big fan on preparation. I think probably I have, at least I think that I have some of the best preparation when it comes to tournament wise, because I just know what I need to work on. So I prepped a lot for this game because you have time, and we knew who we were going to play because it was like round one to be 7 versus 2 or whatever, however, right? So I knew who I was going to play every day. So I was like, okay, cool, I got Hans this time. So you have a little bit of time to prep. So of course, what do? I look up the games, I figure out what he plays, what he likes to do, where is his losses at in this opening. That's a very key thing. Where's his losses at in that opening? So thanks for the follow, Courage One. Thanks for the follow. So I knew where some losses were and where he was like, okay, he having some issues here, so let's play this French and hit it with the engine and some other stuff. So honestly, even after the game, this is Hans, 12 years old, Prodigy, 12 years old monster. He's like, yeah, I saw you prep for me. And I was like, yo, like this kid's 12 and he knew that I prepped for this game, which is just like, he's a monster then. So it's just a lot of props to the young man. Now I play white here though. Let's show you, let me see what happens. So I'm an E4 player for life. E4, he goes E6. He's a monster, a wizard with this. There's actually a game right now on US Chess. You'll see his face sitting there playing, and he plays the French. It was a very strong game against one of the other players there. E4 all day, best by test, Bobby Fischer, right? Absolutely. E4, E6, D4, D5, regular stuff. You can play the advanced variation. I used to love playing advanced variation starting out, but it was a problem, honestly, because later on, not a problem, but everybody knows this, and this is like, not everyone, but this is like a good starting position, and it's very solid. Not a big fan of it. Black just has an easy plans all the time. Easy plan. They just got to attack this pawn, especially after taking it. I'm not a big fan of it anymore, but it's good to start with, to learn. Got to watch out for those 13, 14-year-old monsters. Yeah, absolutely. D4 best by protest. Oh, nice. TNK, nice. Okay, all right. Yeah, D4, like Matt Smith says, not a move. Correct. The one D4, I never do, but that's okay. Knight to C3, I like to play the 1 hour variation. I study a lot of stuff from Roman Djihashvili, so that's where I get my stuff from. Knight to C3, I like playing this. Knight to F6, this is the move. You can do all kind of other things from here. If you are here right now and you go C5 in this position, some of my students to do, and if you are sitting here right now and you play this as black and you go C5 here, you're going to lose most times, because I promise you probably didn't think that you were trying to gambit the pawn. I'm just letting you know ahead of time because I get this all the time. So don't do this right here. This is the only time you can't play C5 right now, just so you know, guys. So knight to C3, knight F6, this is mainline stuff. Bishop to G5, I like playing it this way. He pawn takes. This is called the burn variation of the French, actually. So after pawn takes, knight takes, and bishop to E7. Very interesting stuff. Now, as a white's point of view here, I'm supposed to take this, play knight F3, bishop D3, queen E2, castle, queenside, H4, and I can go knight to G5, bring this one to E5. King goes to B1, I can play F4 and sack this, and I'm literally mating his king in a few moves. I mean, you can see the arrows, they speak for themselves, and how much I know this opening. I just love crushing openings like this. That's why I play E4 too, because it becomes very nice and attacking, and it fits my style a lot. So having all these ideas here, I know what I'm going for already. Thanks for the follow. Problems in the park. Thanks for the follow. So the nest of the owl. Yeah, how could you lose with so many arrows? You'd be surprised. But looking at this, so I know what I want to do, especially after bishop takes and bishop takes. But check this out. Check this out. Black has no defense against the provision of arrows. That's right. That's right. What do you think about the Tarash? The Tarash is, I think it's actually very good. But again, it's another one that's studied a lot. It is studied a lot. But I think it's a very good alternative. If it wasn't for me playing a win hour and how much I like Roman Dijihashvili's material, I probably would be playing a win hour. So, I mean, the Tarash. So the Tarash is very good. Knight D2 is, Kasparov liked it. Gary Kasparov used to play it a lot. So honestly, the Tarash is an alternative, and it's pretty good. But I'm a bigger fan of what this is. So bishop e7 takes, pawn takes. This becomes very interesting. Can anyone tell me the ideas behind taking this way, even if you are a French player too? Is this okay? How do you feel about this move? Pawn takes f6 is definitely questionable, right? But there's a lot of power behind this. Messing up your pawn structure? Yep, it does. Open a G file from Pawn Monsieur. That's correct. It does open a G file. What's going on, Neil? How are you? Neil03. It does open a G file. It does mess up the pawn structure. I mean, from the beginning player, it looks bad. From a beginning player, it looks bad. Correct. But this is advanced chess. Snail Sheep, thanks so much for the follow. Snail Sheep. C5 maybe, I don't know. C5 absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe later. Maybe later. Have you ever heard of the Amazon attack? I have. I think I just recently saw something like that. I just don't remember what opening it was, and it was not familiar. I will tell you that. But I have just seen something about the Amazon attack. Nice analysis. Thanks, Snow Sheep. Thanks for the follow, Frisco. KID. If that's King's Indian Defense, you are awesome already. Knight B to D7. Or Knight D7. Preserve the bishop pair. Often the white bishop is Black's worst piece, and that's what you'll be left with. I actually like that explanation, Dragon Exile. It's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. King H8, which is here, Rook G8. That's an idea, but you could also just do Rook G8 right now and put the king on F8 sometimes. Thanks for the follow, Barabba. I guess at some point you play E6 and trade to fix that pawn structure. E6, you mean E5. E5. Yes, all these count, guys. All these count. Now check this out. A lot of times with Black, I'll just draw some arrows. You open a G file. So G file is correct. You go B6, you go bishop B7. You go here and you go crazy. You push this pawn to F5. So this bishop opens up. And the king kind of sits here in the middle, which is very surprising. And as you watch here, Black gets a very good position. Or will. Black can and get a very good position with this if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing. So I prepped a lot for this game because I was like, I know he plays the French, and the thing about the French guys is it's very solid, but there's so many ways and so many ideas that are sometimes even deeper than a Sicilian, that it comes to like theory and more theory on top of theory. It's ridiculous. But the Sicilian is like a little bit sharper, and I guess just kind of not easier to understand, but you would rather probably go through Sicilian theory than when you go through these deep lines. When they go here, even sometimes they have B6, they have A6 out the opening, they have a C6 early, they have a B6, but it gets, we can talk about this for like 10 minutes, basically. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Is this you versus Niemann? Who's white? I'm playing white, Fly Eagles Fly. I'm playing white. I'm playing white. Thanks for the follow, Hardwell24. Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Maybe his plan is not get mated on the king side like you were planning. You know, that's actually a very defensive good strategy. I didn't think about that. I never thought about that, but it honestly does not. I can't mate on this side. So that is actually a deterrent to that whole idea, to that whole plan. I can never mate over here because he won't be over here. So, you know, that is something to think about. But I never even think about mating here because it's not about that here in this line. There are some lines that they actually do go F5 and castles, and I do end up kind of mating where you go F3, castle queen side, G4 after that because the king's over here looking crazy in the middle of the street, and you just do all this extra stuff, and it's like mate. But if they keep the king in the center, which you'll see here, it gets kind of wild. You'll see the benefits of both sides, actually. So knight to F3, you just develop and get out of the way. The regular stuff. Got to develop. Black's king could stay in the middle for some time. Correct, Martin Kessler. That is 100% correct. It's never satisfying when you're not attacking the king. For attacking players, that is absolutely right. And I'm one of those players. If I can't attack, it's like you can only hold off for so long before you actually sack a piece. Knight F3, F5, knight to C3, A6. So A6, very good move. He's about to play B5, and then of course maybe even play B6 and bishop B7 just to aim this way, because this pawn structure tells you, like, look at these pawns, they're all on white. So where could I be? My best place would be here for the bishop. This is the best place to go. F7 is very resistant to the white bishop. Correct, Paul Monsieur. Yep, blindly attack my game. Yeah. The urge to sack is strong here. Not here. If we probably want to work a little bit more before we sack something here. But later, maybe, absolutely. Especially with this solid center like this. You want to probably break it later with D5. Sack, and lose my usual thing. That's usually how it goes. It's a bad habit I'm trying to break. That's okay. I wonder how strong immediate 95 is. I tell my students this a lot. It's about preparation. 95 would be very strong, but here's the thing about the French. Remember themes. A theme. What's a theme? Like, oh, what is the idea of this? A lot of times when you get here and you got this pawn structure, king in the center, you probably want to get some pieces off the board. So trades, 95, 97 is going to be just immediate. And then he can just start getting rid of this strong knight, which I want to keep it. Because a lot of times I can go bishop e2, 95, and bishop h5. And there's a lot of stuff that can happen quickly. So I would really get rid of this knight as soon as it gets there. 95, I need to prepare it like queen e2 or something like that. So Frank Brown, thanks for the $5, man. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, Frank Brown. Big fella, we in here. Thanks, bro. Contributing to the baby fund. New son due in January. Thanks, Frank Brown. Appreciate that. Yeah, so 95 is it's like not right now, bro. So I played g3, and how did I find this move? Honestly, guys, if it wasn't for my preparation, I would have never played g3. Why? Because I just don't think it's a move I should be making right now. It just doesn't feel right. G3 is like, you know, it's boring. And for me, man, I'll tell you, I hate playing boring chess. I like to play exciting tacticals chess that, like, it's great. You know, it's great. But this is very slow. And I found this off of some games, chess-based games that I was looking at when I was prepping. I was prepping for this game, and I saw that this is what they all do. And when I say they, this is what the strong 2600 plus GMs were doing every game, was G3. Every single game. Every single game. So I was like, okay, I just did the same thing. So, and I got the plan, and I actually got a really good position. I'll show you what happened. How old were you when you learned how to play chess? I was 7 years old. 7 years old. 20 years playing chess, bro. Seems slow, but no other good diagonal for the bishop. You know what? That's actually a good observation. Yes, there is no good diagonal other than opposing his that he's going to do the same thing on. Honestly. So, if the long diagonal is good for black, white gets on there first. Maybe. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it too. You know, working backwards. He's about, you know, he wants to do this and then put this over here. B6 is forced now. It's not forced, but it's probably something you should do now. Because if I get here, you're never doing this. And then this bishop's like, it's just ridiculous. It's blocked by the pawns. It's just not a thing. It's not a move. So B5, bishop G2, bishop B7, castle, get out the way. I'm still in theory, honestly, here. But away from the theory that I learned from Roman Djihashvili. So this is still kind of new. And even now, I think I've done this one. This is the only time, actually, over the board ever that I've ever done this with white. And I've never gotten it again. But it was a good preparation here. So, and it's also good to remember, too. Just to do this for maybe other games. Also, F3, G3, H2 pawn structure prevents black attacking on the G file. Temporarily, absolutely. And then he would also have to break in with F4, H5, and H4. But that takes a lot of time. And his king's still in the center, too. So very dynamic. But one thing to think about here is, like, both sides of the board, I know his king is open. I know his king's open if you think about it. So it's something to think about here. Where are you going to castle this side? Probably not. And castling here, I mean, you might as well just stay right here. So you don't know what's going to happen and when, if it can. So there's a lot of things that can happen. It's a lot of dynamicism here when you play the French defense, especially in this manner, at this level already, especially for young Hans. F4 looks like it could be annoying long term. Correct. But also it opens up the king for him too. So it's like double-edged, very double-edged. In the French, you actually get a lot of double-edged positions. You'd be surprised. F4 looks like it could be. Yeah. So what's GM can do the best in the biz? That's right. Niners rule. What's up? How are you, bro? Thanks for the follow, Sicilian. A4 before G3. I could have done that. Honestly, that is a consideration. I just don't like bishop b4 sometimes because you can't kick him anymore, and he kind of forces you to move the knight and play c3. Sometimes the pawn's a little bit misplaced, but a4 is a thing, Pie Man. You can do it a lot in a perk. I do it a lot in a perk defense, or pierce, however you say it. c6, a6 stuff, I go a4 early on. So he castled too, guys. Check that out. The man castled. Young Hans laughs right here in your face. And at the time too, Hans, he sits like his, you know, psychological and like body language says a lot about a person too, especially when you're playing chess. And, you know, Gary Kasparov talks about like the psych part is even greater than the moves, right? But when it's like his demeanor a lot, it's just he's so good at calculating how and fast that it's like, man, how did he see this stuff already? So sometimes he'll sit at the board and he'd just be bored. You know, he's straight up bored, bro. Straight up bored. And it's not, he does it against, he would do it against everyone. Now he doesn't do it anymore. You know, that was like this is 3 years ago when he was 12 FM. But he was, he just sits there and does that all the time. Sit there bored at the board, bro. And I'm like, man, I'm sitting here like, okay, he did Castle King side. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm engaged. And he's like twirling pencils, you know. It's like, it's great, bro. It's great. It's awesome. Poppin', what's going on, Herman? What's up? Even Knight H4 could consider this correct. Board at the board. That's nice. Bigger Star Wars or chess fan? Chess. Looks like D5 is to break to bust the center. Correct. Correct, but it's not right. And honestly, it just probably doesn't work, especially if I can play C6 later too. I didn't really get a lot of compensation. Pieces aren't fully developed. There's a lot that just ain't right. I want to move the knight to get that queen over there. Correct, but you gotta, you know, I'll use a lot of my students know about the drag and drop method, where we trying to figure out where these pieces gonna go, and you don't have a lot. Like, I would have to go 1, 2, probably play h4 because I need another piece while I'm over here. Queen just won't work. So move the queen around, play knight g5, try to maybe king here, and it's not realistic. It's not realistic, and a part of attacking is it has to be realistic. Where if I just get my queen over here, it may be okay, but it's not really doing as much as I think it is. What's this game? What's up, Omid? This is a game back in 2016 playing against the Phenom. He's 15 now, I think, right? 15, 16, but he was like 12 at the time. FM Hans Niemann. Now he's an IM, of course, but he was an FN at the time 3 years ago. In running, there's a similar phenomenon where you try to hang the elite runners. It's just entire different league. Correct. Too slow. Yep. I would prefer black here. And you know what? That's actually like both sides here have a potential to do a lot. He actually has the 2 bishops too. So honestly, this is actually a good position for black. But white's good too, which is like definitely double-edged because of the pawn structure is bad and it offsets the bad pawn structure because I have the 2 bishops. I have the 2 bishops. So it's like a weird game. You can almost never play f6, or at least you shouldn't. You have to do it at the right time because then this becomes extremely weak, absolutely ridiculously weak. And then it's a target for the rest of the game. So these have to kind of sit here, but you do have 2 bishops. It's a very weird game. Lots of imbalances in this game. Missed that, my bad. Yeah, bro. Legendary FM Hans Olo Niemann. Yeah, he's an IM now. Trade bishops, bring the rook to the H file, push the H pawn. Is my bad plan. That's actually, it's a plan, bro. It's a plan. But honestly, I was playing exactly what I saw in chess base. That's what I was playing here. So honestly, there was not a lot of thinking here for me at all, because I knew that the 10, 20 games that I looked at in chess base all did the same ones. They went knight e5 here. They just go knight e5 here right now. And we go into a better end game just because based off of the position that I have. And you don't want to go into a position where I'm like attacking wrong. Nowadays, I probably wouldn't go knight e5. I would probably play more queen e2. That's my style, or queen to d2. Why queen e2? Because I can go rook to d1. And I like to attack. So honestly, back then I was just looking at kind of what they told me to do here in chess base, and not really, of course, my style of play. And I didn't kind of look either. So queen to d2 or queen e2 is like my favorites now, followed by rook to d1, and then maybe play knight e5 because I like keeping the queens on for more of a chance of attack, especially against a king that's not as defended as mine. So keeping a queen, trading queens is actually, you know, playing into black's hand. But what's funny is that's a lot what they did in chess base, which is very, very surprising to say the least. 95 is quite logical. Correct. And that's why, you know, you see 2600 plus in its position. Go 95. Go 95. But looking at this, you know, you don't have to. Just like if I, you know, what was it? World Championship Carlsen versus Fabi, and Carlsen plays knight d3 and then Petrov. Crazy, blew everybody mind. Like, oh snap, dang, I forgot that was on the board. But that move was always there, just nobody does it. And he still ended up to go to draw that game. But knight d3 was like crazy. So, you know, I think it's the same thing here. Queen to e2 is probably better, in my opinion now. And Vince Silden, what's up, bro? In the building, welcome to the stream. BTM98 says, big fella, welcome to the stream. Let's go. So knight to e5, right? Snap, snap, because you got to take him. And then he goes b4, very nice move. And this was actually, again, at the Draw Chess Championship. Yeah, this was, again, you know, still theory here. b4, and I think after b4, and then I make my knight move, which is knight a4, because you have knight e2 as well. But knight a4 was what they was doing, just to go to c5, because it's logically correct. This is what you should do. Put the knight on c5, and just have a better, strive for a better endgame. Queen d5. And now what do you do here, guys? You go king g1, f3, queen f3, knight f3. White to move. Queen f3 from Martin Kessler. King g1, Herman. Was it still theory? Right here is not. After this, it was over. It was like after knight a4, we out of theory. King g1, knight f3 from Quickly Watches. Queen f3 is probably the top move. Queen f3 because you want to push the h pawn. So I'm gonna say queen f3. That's correct. Queen f3, guys, is the move. King g1 I could absolutely make, and you know, maybe strive for queen h5. But honestly, you know, he's gonna get this is with tempo, and I want to be able to trade and just like go queen f3 and do something about it. Whoa, Matt Smith gifting 5 subs to the channel. Thanks so much, Matt. Appreciate the love, bro. Let's go. Wow, sub bomb from Martin. I mean from Matt Smith. Thanks, bro. Let's put some emotes in the chat. We in here, big fella, and some let's goes. Appreciate that, bro. Thanks for the follow, Death Cheese. That's funny. Death Cheese. Death Cheese, thanks, bro. Thanks for the follow. And again, from Matt Smith, appreciate the gifts. Queen f3, then black takes pawn, though, right? So that is not a move. Queen f3 is actually the move I made, but it after queen takes d4 is just not a move. Neo03, thanks for the sub, man. I see you with the tier 1, bro. Rook is hanging, correct. The rook's just straight up hanging, so you can't take on d4. You can't take on d4, so it's just not a thing. Not a thing. So, okay, queen f3, he takes on f3. Now, what do you take with? King or knight? What do you take with here? Cook2 Live, what's up, bro? We in here. Welcome to the stream. So, what do you take with here? The king from Squills. King, says Dota. Knight takes f3 from Mr. Twos. I want to say key. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I read like 2 of them at the time. I want to say king, but feels wrong. King, because it keeps the knight locked. Thanks for the follow, Chisnips. King, baby, says, oh, mid. King from Jacobo. King, don't allow knight c3. Don't allow knight c3. Okay. Oh, knight c6, you mean. Okay. King, improve your position. Kings. All right, guys, here we go. King's not in danger, says Salty Moss. Canty hype. Oops, yeah. Yeah, so here it is. I took with the king. King takes f3. And honestly, it felt very weird to do this. My king's on f3 and I castled. It was it was a funny affair here. But absolutely, I just like the fact that I am restricting this for a little bit. And I have some play with these knights. I can come back here. I can not force, but if he plays f6, this is weak. So I have aspirations of coming back and hitting this. If the knight goes to d3, I can swing around to f4 for more pressure on this e6 pawn. Even in my king, I can always step back to civilization if I need to. Like, it's fine. So I thought this was a great way to capture. King takes f3. Your knight has a reason to be there, and the king would be safe. Correct. King, because there's no white bishop. If f-file is closed, the black knight cannot attack the king. Yes. Black has no light square bishop. Correct. Galaxy Brain, king is strongest piece. Yes. So look, king takes f3. f6 is on the board. He had to get rid of it. Got to kick it because this knight is ridiculous. What's the result of this game, or do we have to watch to the end? Oh, you got to watch to the end. Or you can just catch it on the YouTube. By the way, the YouTube is right here. Subscribe to the YouTube. Absolutely. Yes. So f6, knight to c4 is what I chose here. So I chose knight c4 route, but going back, I mean, knight d3, knight f4 just seems better. Or maybe, I mean, these were long games, so honestly, I was thinking a lot. But knight d3 I think was right, but maybe he has knight d7, and then if I try this, e5, but no, that doesn't work. Yeah, knight c4, where's my follow-up? Where's my follow-up? And you always see how strong you are and how you should be getting stronger every year, because knight c4 to me now, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, but knight to d3 just seems a lot better, because I can swing around to f4 and c5. There's so much pressure I can put on e6 being a weakness now. But knight to c4 is a move in the game. So knight to c4, we have knight to c6, and then I play c3. To defend this, rook f to d8. Now, here we go. It's about to get very fun here. It's about to get very, very fun. This was a long game. Rook f to e1. Easy. Easy move. King f7, and then I sat here for a while. I remember sitting here like, okay, we got to do something. We have to do something. We have to figure something out. So you play white here, guys. What do? You need a plan. If you don't have a plan, and even my students know, a bad plan is better than no plan at all. So you got to have some kind of plan here. Got to have a plan. So what am I doing with white? I got to do something. h4 too slow? What's your idea? What's the plan for h4 though? I mean, absolutely, I'm just going to say yes, it's too slow. I don't care what the plan is. h4 just doesn't do anything. It's not a move. I double up on the e file. Knight c5. Knight c5, okay. Improve the knight, double the rooks. Rook a to d1, and king c5. King c5 is very daring. Very scary though. Very scary move. Pawn fork, attack the backwards pawn. Rook e2. I would double the rooks on the e-file. You guys are correct who double the rooks on the e-file. You are correct. Extra lightsaber for you. Rook e3. I went rook e3. Rook e2 is a move. But I would just like rook e3 just in case maybe I could take on this file, I'm assuming. But I just went rook e3. So, rook e3. I doubled. Got to throw the pieces on the a file. They aren't helping much. Yeah. Well, e file actually, but doing stuff on the a file was another alternative actually. Double on the e file, knight c5. Yeet, says Salty Mouse. Yeet. Your rook e3, bishop d6. Okay. There's nothing else to do. Rook a to e1. I just get out of the way. Keep it simple. I'm right at him now. Rook a to e1. So at this point, I'm feeling great about the position. The prep has worked so far. There's still a lot of chess to be played here. A lot. But at least I have space. I got a better pawn structure. My knights are semi-coordinated. My rooks are doubled on the e-file. I'm feeling okay. Feeling okay. But I know for a fact that he is going to try to play e5. And if he's able to play e5, then he's able to undouble his pawn structure and he could have an okay game. Very, very important stuff. So let's see what happens. He takes on c3. I take back. He goes rook to e8 and defends. Now this is, oh man, this is where plans and ideas are very strong right here. I think this is where in the middle game right here, guys, any game that you play, you should be taking the most time right here. This is not technically the end game, and technically it's not, but it's still sort of a middle game that looks like an end game. But this is still, I mean, it's move 22. There's still some time here. There's a time to do a lot. Do a lot. So you need a plan though. So what do we do? What do we do? Hello, yesterday I reached 2,000 tactics. Nice, Banatore, nice. King g2 and f4 from Salty Mouse. King g2 to push f4 to shut down e5. Okay, Martin Kessler says push and tight. 1555 to 1600. We in here. What's up, Heat Miser? We in here, bro. Heat Miser in the building. Knight takes g6. What? Oh, d6, I'm assuming. And then knight c5. Well, you can't go knight c5 after that because the pawn to take it. What if black goes f4 first? What's white to move? Knight c5. Here we go. King g2, guys. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. King g2. That's what I played. King g2 to play f4. Because I know if he's going to play e5, I got to stop him. So I played king g2 to play f4. That's exactly what I did. Deep in. What's up, Neil? Keep the tempo up in the middle. That's right. Yeah, boy, says Salty Mouse. That's right. So you play rook a to b8. You got to go with the plan. So I did exactly what I did. Heat Miser, thanks for the tip, man. 20 bucks. Appreciate it, bro. Let's go. Love in the chat. Appreciate it. Heat Miser, you're awesome, bro. Put some Jedi in there. There's some robes for you, bro. Jedi robes in the chat. Thanks so much, man, contributing to the fun. Thanks, bro. Means a lot. Thanks, E-Miser. Appreciate it. Rook A to B8. I like Capablanca once said, take it slow in late games. Ah, yes. I do believe that. Hey, don't apologize because you went off deep end. We are here to learn. Yes, we are. I like how everyone tips and nobody did, even though, oh, it's all good, bro. Yeah, it's great. Like, it's all support here. Even everyone, it's 188 people here with us right now. Shout out to all of you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you learned something today. Rook A to B8 and F4. F4. I stop him from playing this. But you got to be careful. You have to be extremely careful here for both sides. For both sides, because this rook is on an open file. And you'll see that this rook gets very active. Very active. But here, you kind of, I would say you prefer to be white because black's kind of just holding and the pawn structure looks bad. But also, if white doesn't come up with a plan, then you just like, you might as well just call this a draw. Shuffle pieces and like shake hands. So you have to figure out how to win this still. If you're going for a win, which you should be. So is white to move here, guys? Dilemma. Actually, it's black to move. He plays rook b5 to play e5. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to do e5. I thought a long time here. And only a few moves came to play. Only a few moves. White to move. What do you do? Knight A to b6. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's interesting. Honestly, it's just, I'm going to throw a that's not a move in the chat for you. Because it's really just not a move. But I am going to put a pushing tight right after that. Because you pushing tight. That's a good, it just don't work. It's 2 for 1. I just take with the rook actually. Rook takes b6. Knight A to b6. I take with the rook. So it's right here. Knight here. I take with the rook. And then it's a 2 for 1. And honestly, you just don't have enough for this 2 for 1. You just don't have enough. Knight to b2 is what it says. RX e6. Thanks for the firm request, Oxshot. I accepted it. g6. g6. I can't go any, nothing. I can't go g6. Knight takes c6. I can't do that. Oh, knight takes d6. C takes and then c4. The problem there, if you look at this is eyes only in your mind. Knight takes, pawn takes, c4, rook here. So my knight is hanging and also the pawn's hanging. So out of nowhere, I'm just straight up losing now. I'm just straight up losing. I don't like knight takes d6 here. I don't either. I don't either. h4 is a waiting move. Yeah, but you need better waiting moves. h4 is good. If you can find a waiting move, try to find a really good waiting move. h4 is like straight up waiting move. And you also show black that you kind of have no, you don't know what you're doing in a way, especially as a strong player like Hans is. You know, h4, he's like, what? That's not a move. What are you doing? See, we need something else to do. Thanks for the follow, Celtic Frost. Welcome. d5 looks good. Pawn d5. d5, huh? d5? I'm interested, guys. I'm interested in this. What happens on rook takes d5? d5 from Martin Kessler, and a lot of people are saying d5. So what happens on rook takes d5? Knight A to b2 then? Or now? Stuck 1, 2, 3. Yeah, d5. How often do I have to repeat that? d5. d5 and then what? Like d5 rook takes, what happens next? You gotta have a follow-up or this just don't matter. After swap of the knights, rook does. Why have d5? Let's check that, Edward. Let's actually swap of the knights. Oh, you mean knight bishop? Like, I mean knight for bishop? Yeah, I think there's nothing here. After rook takes d5, it's like nothing here. Why would you just give up stuff, you know? I mean, well, actually it's something to think about, but here we go, guys. Anyone that said knight A to b2, you are correct. You are correct. Correct. Extra lightsaber for you, because knight A to b2 is exactly what I played here. The intention, honestly, probably to swing around and do something. And also, I could just take and reinforce. Take and reinforce. I'm also trying to do a4 in some cases, then take and then reinforce. It's very, very positional that it gets here. And I hate playing positional chess, but you just have to when you have to. You know, Wayne Beam, thanks for the 7 months, bro. 4-month streak. 7 months in a row being a subscriber to the channel. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate your support, bro. We in here, he says. He's getting stronger, too. Another student. Let's go. Right there is nothing after d5. Yeah, it's nothing after d5. and then you just lose. You know what? Let's try it. And then you just jump off the deep end, and that was it. It was over. I was trying for a hard tactic. Yep. Nothing there. Nothing there. Bishop and quarter pocket. Thanks so much. All right, here we go. So knight A to B2. He goes rook D5. He goes rook D5. Okay. White to move. What do you do? I had a nice sequence here because I'm looking at this move now and I was like, wait, what did I do this move for? Like, it was one of those like, bro, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then you smile. Oh yeah. I am a Jedi. I forgot. Excuse me. Excuse myself. No, but this idea is pretty cool. So what do you do for white? Black blocked the D5 winning pawn push. Correct. Very nice. Swing the knight to D3. I thought about that. Black block. Yeah. He blocked it. But swing the knight to D3. Knight D3 for Banatore. It is a possibility. A4 from Jacobo. Ooh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Why didn't I do A4? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because once I go there, I can never go back. Right. I didn't go A4. I remember why now. Yeah. A4, it's tricky. Move orders are very tricky, guys. When you're looking at move orders and candidate moves, sometimes the candidate move or the one that you don't choose will be connected to the one that you did choose. So that means, like, for instance, a line A4. If I go A4, he's always going to be able to swing back around. And here's the move I made. Let me actually see. Nobody said it. Nobody. His rule looks correct. Niner's rule, but it has to be the right move order with his rook being trapped, because at the end of the day, there's just one square that I can't get. I can't defend all of it at the same time. It's very weird because of the pieces here. So A4, I was trying to do that, but the move I made here, guys, is rook 3 to E2. Can anyone tell me what this move is about? Rook 3 to E2. I went here. I like A4 because it keeps the rook where it is, but there's got to be something. Correct. I went here. I went here. Knight to D3 from Niner's rule. I could go knight D3, but I mean, why would I do it a move later here? It's just nothing. Knight E3. Correct. Knight E3. Knight to E3 is where I'm going. I'm putting the knight on E3. So what can happen is if I go A4, imagine this, A4, knight E3, he can swing here and he can go to A5 because it's almost trapped. It's almost trapped, but it's not trapped. It is not trapped. And he's okay right here. And then if I try to swing this knight in, well, this knight was holding this pawn. So I would have to go, I would have to go rook A1 and then knight over to C4 after the knight's on E3. With E5 still being a possibility, honestly, it's just a lot. It feels like it's so much to do. It's so weird, but maybe it could work. Opens up 93, correct. Canty the man, what's up, Leper? Thanks for the follow, Parlamaz123. Welcome to the stream. So, rook 3 to E2, yeah, rook 3 to E2, and then after rook 3 E2, he went H5. And I'm like, H5? H5, really? At this point, I was like, well, I'm kind of not calling the shots, but I feel confident in the position. So I follow up with the move. He goes rook to B5, actually. Then I go A4 for the tempo. He goes rook B3, and I'm like, uh-oh. Whoa, now there's tactics everywhere. There's tactics everywhere. What do you do here, guys? White to move. Man, this game is very, very wild. I will say this is probably one of the most fun and exciting games that I played that wasn't exciting. You're like, what do you mean it wasn't exciting? Because it's boring. It's like in-game maneuvering, this and that, but it was so exciting at the same time. And I'm not that I'm not an in-game player, but I like tactics and more. Basically, this is boring to me. Very boring. But let's see what happens. Knight E to D1. We got knight takes F5s everywhere on the boards here, guys. So fun not to do. Yeah, knight takes F5. Okay. Knight D5, rook C1, D5, knight takes pawn, D5. So here's the thing. You guys were very close. Knight takes F5. Here's the reason why I didn't take it. Now, in this sense, of course, if he takes it, then takes. Of course, honestly, we have this thing, which this is still playable. Like, I don't think black's winning, but he is up a piece here. You know, I just don't think he's winning yet because it's kind of weird with the pawn structures. And black is the one that could be going for something. So let's say he didn't go for that, though. And let's say he takes this. Now, if he takes this, I have to figure out not really what to do right now, but his rook's more active. Active pieces are very nice to have. They can win games a lot of times. You can be down material, but because your pieces are more active, meaning the rook is like can free. This is hanging. My knight's kind of misplaced. Honestly, black can come back and even be better in some lines. So you got to be careful here. So if I like take this, this is like hanging, and then his pawns are nice, and black can easily, you know, be in his element, and that's not what you want to be. So a4, he went here. I think someone said it. I saw it in the chat. Stuck. There it is. Stuck 1 2 3 says knight c4 first. That is exactly what I did. Doesn't knight take lose 2? Yes. 2 for 1. Pawn gid. That's correct. Pawn. 2 for 1. Knight d5. He can take your rook. Knight d5 or knight d5. It's knight d5. Rook c2. Knight h6. White's move. Yeah, I'm not going to play anything passive like this. You never want to get here and then start playing passive. You get to a position, especially if you feel comfortable, like, man, I'm feeling good about this position. Then you start playing passive, like it doesn't work, or like you let them consolidate and it's not good for you, right? So I went knight c4 first. Another thing is like I want to the best attacks are planned, and also you use all your pieces. So knight c4, I'm using all of the pieces. I never have to worry about this being taken anymore. And now if we go knight c4, for instance, he didn't do, but I went knight to c4. But and thanks for the follow, Pongit. And if he does rook takes c3, then it's a little bit different now. Just a little bit. Check this out. Rook takes, knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes. So now I'm actually threatening e7. And I thought about all of this. I'm threatening e7 right now, or d6. I'm threatening to fork this. So if he goes rook to d8 and defends it, well, then he took the protection off of this. And now I'm actually in here for real. We really in here right now. So it's like this tactic actually works if I use the other knight first. So I went with knight to c4. So he didn't take it. He actually played something else. If he lets you take the bishop with the knight, last line, then you get also a free rook. Yes. Utax, thanks so much. Yes. So I did not. I played knight c4 and he did not take it. What he did is he played knight to e7. Interesting move here. He's covering knight takes f5. Covering knight takes f5. I mean, with, you know, he got like the number, I don't know what it is. He in top 10 Puzzle Rush in the world. This was before Puzzle Rush was even out, you know, but he's a tactician. So he knew. He's like, yeah, I know it, but you'll be surprised at what happened in this game, guys. You'll be surprised. Let's watch. Just watch. 97 d5. Okay. I finally broke through with d5 here because tactics are about to start happening. Tactics everywhere. So if he takes this, of course, we have this easy line. You just knight d1. Now there's just a check. I pick up material, discovery, right? So you can't do that. Take with the knight, self-explanatory. This is exactly why we did this. So if he takes this way, I think, yeah, I just take here and then I go this route, and this is winning. This is actually winning. So knight takes d6 is winning too. It's like, whoa, man, crazy stuff, right? So let's go back, look at it. You are correct, Pie Man. e5. When we come back to what I said, look like d5 is going to be a break. Dragon Exile finds it. d5 finally played. Called it 20 moves ago. d5. e5. That is correct. I capture, he captures, and then what? And then what, guys? This, man, this was tough. I'm not even gonna lie. This is probably the hardest part of the game right here. Easily. I mean, this is when your blood pressure is rising right here, and you're like, okay, oh, this is crazy. Oh, tactics. Oh, if he take this. Oh, snap, snap. Oh, my goodness. Blah, blah, blah. It just gets crazy, right? Because you're like, man, this is wild. What's going to happen next? You don't know. Stuff hanging everywhere. Pieces look weird. It's just a uncommon position. Double-edged. Very double-edged. So what he said is, then you agree to a draw shot. Yeah, right. Right. So what do you do? What do you do for white? F takes e5. White to move. Rook to f1. Definitely a consideration. Tactics win games. That's right, Miss Costa. That's right. Tactics win games. g4. So Vince Silden is jumping off the building over the deep end. Absolutely. So g4 just ain't a move. It's not a move. Start a new one. Knight a4. Knight a4. It's right here. Oh, knight a5. Knight a5, you mean. Knight takes d6. Knight takes e5. Yeah, knight takes e5 is interesting. Just doesn't work. C4, A5. Nobody says it. Nobody says the move here. Oh man, this is crazy. So what I did here, draw by repetition, right? Oh man. How did Nightbot just say no though? That was so cool. I have no idea what just happened, but Nightbot just said no. That's cool. H3. Nope. Oh, is that a move? Is that what it is? Okay. I was like, bro, what happened? Okay, is it a pin on the F file? Nope. D5, nope. Rook F1, nope. So here's the thing. Let's read this position. For me, I wanted to keep everything the same. Everything is best where it is. So you need a nice... Oh, if I move anything, everything's off. If I move everything, or one thing, everything just off. If I play A5, Rook B5 in some cases, and now I'm bullied by this, I gotta sit here for a while. If I take this, I can't have the connection with both of them, and one of these may be hanging or vulnerable. This knight's very awesome here. I could always do this, but he has king G6. He's out the way for a while. H8 pushing this pawn, this is annoying a lot. And also, this takes a lot of protection, so it makes it weaker. So even Rook G8 sometimes can be annoying. I don't want to give him any kind of counterplay. I didn't want to do anything. If I touch something, I'm going to be in trouble. So what I did here was Rook to C2. I play Rook to C2 because I know I need to maneuver. Now, what's the plan? Rook to C2, what's the plan? You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a follow-up for every move. 500 bits, thanks so much from Dr. Leper and sharing your rewards to 10 others in the chat. I'm gonna click thank you here. Thanks so much for that. Dr. Leper 500 bits says thanks G, thank you. Rook C1, no free pawns. Rook C2, same thing, Nikasta, same thing. I just wanted to keep this rook, active, which is, I think, virtually the same thing, honestly, but I want Rook C2. Oh, I don't know if I shared a first time cheer. Thanks, man. So, Rook to C2. I'm here, and I'm defending C3. Yo, we in here, bro. That's right. We are in here. Shreya chess. What was that for? So, watch it. He went king G6, because that's an excellent move. Cool look, man. It's no problem. And I go knight D2. That's what it's about. I'm about to reroute some more. I also have C4 and C5. I have some options here. I have a lot of options. Also, I have stuff like if he goes here, knight here, and then not this one. I can actually take this one while he's hitting here, and he gets this pawn over here. Watch what happens. This gets crazy. He goes Rook A3. I go knight E to C4. He takes it. I take back. That's a check. He takes. Rook takes. Now we pin. Now I'm like, uh-oh. Here we go. Now tactics start to happen. This is my realm. I'm here. We in here for real. You know, I'm feeling great here. I'm feeling great here because I'm like, this is pressure. Knight F3 is automatic, followed by the dub on the file. And double up on the bubble here, and you're gonna be in some trouble real quick. This knight's very flexible. Knight D4 to come in for knight C6 and hit the pin even more, as this rook is slightly misplaced over here on the side of the board. So I was like, okay, let's go, let's do this. And king F6. I think honestly Hans got this position because he was moving fast. Now he is a younger player. He's 15. At this time he was 12. Monster FM. You know, crushing 2,400, and he was 12. So it was like ridiculous. USCF, right? But super strong. So with that being said, like king F6, he went here, and he's just moving too fast. He moves quite fast. I mean, extremely fast, but accurate. I think he was just moving a little bit too fast here. In this line, knight F3, he went rook E4. I was like, that's a sweet move. I did not expect this to happen. I mean, talk about tactics. That's strong. Rook E4, if pawn takes. If I move my knight, which I have to, then you just take this, you know, and you're back in the game with also having a passed pawn yourself. Whoa, where did this even come from? What's the material on the board? Actually, it's even, but he got an outside passer. This is a wild game. Wild game here, guys. Wild. So, Rook E6, not a move. You might as well chalk it up. I'm not about to give up a pawn to this man for no reason at all. I just don't need to do it. It's just not a move. That being 6, I know. Right. Rook E2, Rook E2, Rook E2, Rook E2. Dang, unanimous, guys. Yes, Rook E2. Dang. They all got that quickly. Rook E2, that's correct. That's correct. Can you play knight E6? Rook E6 check before knight F3? You mean right here? Rook E6 right now? Oh, I guess you could. But I'm keeping him like, you know, around everything. Everything's all nice and safe right now. But here's the thing. If I keep it here, it's not safe right now. So technically, I feel like I'm getting a tempo because I am actually threatening this. With his king on f7, he gets an extra move because he is slightly defended everywhere. It's very small thing there, but it's huge in chess. It's huge. King f6, knight f3, rook here, rook e2, snap, snap, rook b8. Here we go, guys. The moment where it went down is right here. The moment where it went down is right here. White to move. This is where I realized that I can be a real Jedi right now. Why not go after the passer? Yeah, absolutely. Rook e6 and then c4 from Banatore. Rook e6 from pawn Monsieur. Rook e6, king f7. Hit the man with the check. Oh my goodness. Whoa, hold up. Wow, watch yourself. What's about to happen? I don't know. At this point, I was probably sweating. The kid at 12, and I'm sitting here sweating at the board, trying to figure this out. 95 check. Here goes king e8. Oh my goodness, let's go. Flex the chest bra hoodie. You see that, right? Shout out to the bras. Okay. Wow. It's going down. I'm about to win this against the young phenom. I'm in time trouble, by the way, too. Not much, but I mean, not like much. Like he had more time than me, and I knew I was going to get in time trouble. Rook e7, rook e7, rook e7. Everybody's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Rook e7, rook e7. But here's the thing. If I would have played a different move, I probably would have won the game. Okay? I'm going to show you what happened. I should have played knight here. Keep more pieces on the board. Keep more pieces on the board. I promise you it'll help you. BB Liger, thanks so much for the follow. I promise you it would help you guys. I highly recommend you keep pieces on the board when you can. Knight c6 is much better. Now, what I did is I took on e7. Tactics win games. Absolutely, I hit him with the check. And then I'm like, oh, snap. Then I sit back, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Now, my knight's not trapped, actually. It can't get out. But the problem is like, wait, this is not as easy as you thought it was because of this outside pass pawn. So then at this point, I'm like, oh, man, what did I do? So I should have played knight to c6. Knight to c6. That king, no. Right. Watch this. I mean, this was a crazy game. We still have like 20 moves left in this game. Small problems versus... That's right. King can't catch it. Knight's going to have trouble. Oh, man. I talk about being scared, right? I was like, oh, my God. I was frightened. I was frightened. a5. I go knight here. He pushes again. Pass pawns must be pushed. My system. Aaron Nimzowicz. Knight b4. I get behind this pawn. It's a wrap. Like, okay, I'm feeling good, right? King here. He walks in because he's coming for this one. And at this point, I'm also getting time trouble. I'm like, how can I get here fast enough? I almost can't because I have to like almost take both of these or have h3 ready to do this while he's over here doing his thing and this is still passed. A lot of calculation you got to do because if you are wrong, this is over. You start a new one. It's over. So king c4, king e3, I'm out the way. And I'm like, uh-oh, he can take this. What does he do? He does take it. I hit him with the check on knight a2. He goes here. I'm like, oh, man. I'm fine with taking the draw almost, but like knight d3, and I'm gonna try to swing around this way to catch him while I run this way or play h3 and something like that. But at this point, why did I have to go through all of this when I could have just played knight to c6 and keep a rook on the board to be able to help me in this position? Now I'm just here with the knight looking all crazy in the middle of the street trying to scramble for life. Knight b4, king b3, knight d3. He goes here. Of course, if he pushes, that's an automatic check. That's kind of out. That's what we hope for. I go king d4 because I'm trying to stay around the knight. Because if he starts walking, if I walk away, he can start walking towards. He kicks the knight, and then he ends up queening. Okay. What a game. I know. What a game, bro. I never would have saw knight c6. It was just a pen. Tactics win games. Yes. Tactics win games. Unbelievable. I should have played knight c6. Right, are you a genius? Yeah, thanks. So, king c2. I got to stay around this knight. Where do you think he's going? I didn't even consider this. I'm talking about frightened, guys. I am frightened. And I am the one with a piece. I'm like, what is this? What is this nonsense? Why did I do this to myself? And I'm in time trouble. I'm sweating. I'm thinking about life and everything. And it gets scary. It gets scary here. Like, oh my goodness. You should have kept the rook and literally grabbed the disconnected pass pawns. That's right, Arvel. That's the lesson learned. Absolutely. h4. I was like, oh, that's a big boy move. H4, guys. Man, he was 12. This is 12. 12, okay? 12 years old. If I take this, push the pawn. What? Push the pawn? If I take this, I don't do it. So I have to run this way. He pushes again. King here. He pushes again. Oh, pass out. Pass out. Oh my goodness. Because I can't get here fast enough. If I take with the king, he takes my knight, and then he queens. And then it's not enough. The man is ridiculous. Wizard. Wizard, bro. His king hits you with the queen, with the QB sneak real fast. Real fast. Did you all mess with white scared and knocked him out? Oh, nah. It ain't happening like that. This man is a monster. His king walked the street by himself. Yep, he did. He don't want to win. Oh no, he want to win. I mean, he like, I'm down. He's fighting. This is like fighting 101. I mean, this is great. Wow, he is super strong. King to d4. Because I got to stay around this knight. I can't take that. Then he goes king d2. So I'm like, what do I do? What am I going to do? I go knight b4. Because I'm like, I got to do something. I stay here because if he's going to run this way, I at least want to keep this at guard where I can snap this one and try to come around, stop this other one. You know, there's plans here. So I go knight b4. He goes h3. I'm like, oh my goodness. Every move he's making, I'm like more and more a little bit frightened. Because here, h3, I'm like, oh man, what's the worst possible thing that can happen? He walked the king over here and he queens. While I'm still trying to get my queens. So watch what happened. King c4. Because I'm going for it. King here. Knight here. Because I'm like, I'm trying to queen. I'm not taking this. That wastes time. That wastes time. Me taking this pawn wastes a move. I don't need to waste a move. So I need to take this now and queen immediately. King g2. I snap. He snaps. I push. He snaps. I push. And we shake hands on a draw. Oh my goodness, mind blown. Mind blown. Ridiculous. Because I'm queening first. White will win. And you know what? I was in time trouble. I was in a lot of time trouble. I had like, honestly, I probably had 5 minutes here. I probably have 5 minutes here. And this is hard to figure out in 5 minutes, especially after the battle we just went through. You think I'm about to... No, I'm not about to do this. But honestly, I could... You know, I probably should have pushed it on now because I do have some moves, but it's an open board. It's an open board. We bought the queen. I got to find these checks out. I got to figure out the idea. My knight is a little bit far away from the action. So it's going to take some moves and some precise calculation through his checks because he's going to queen too. Watch this, okay? I'm out to queen too. And then I start checking him, right? Maybe that's actually really good. So I am picking this up. But, you know, it's not over. He got checks too. And if I'm not careful, you know, like, this is too much. I'm going to have to keep checking him because I got to find a way around taking this without being, like, skewered myself, even though the queen's here right now. But just to say, you know, he finds a check where he can pick up my knight and now he's winning because he's up a pawn. What if I move my knight, but then he checks me over here and he can queen this one if I don't have enough checks? If I run out of checks, it's over. The knight's too far away. I ain't trying to be all in all of that. So what I'm going to do is just keep hitting him with the queen checks, 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 and checks until it's over. Who offered? I think, I don't remember, honestly, because I didn't offer the draw. I don't think I offered, but I think maybe it's perpetual, but it stopped here. Honestly, don't remember. Knight to d5. Knight to, no, that's not a move. Like, it's over there. It's over there. That's why I'm not a master. White will win here, though. White has a win from here, though. Psst. Man, let me turn the engine on. Let me turn the engine on. Let's see what the eval says. The eval reads... Can anyone... Somebody tell me what the eval is right now. What does the engine say this position is? What's the eval? Everything's winning. Zeros for Martin Kessler. Fisco says 0. 0.3. I don't think a draw was a good call based on your time. Yeah, I mean, a draw. Oh, I think the draw. Yeah, correct. It is. Zeros, I say maybe 0.5. 999. Oh, wow. That's nice. Can I, what is that? Connie Vakil, thanks so much for the follow. Zeros. You are correct, guys. Zeros. Anyone that says zeros, you're right. That's the first line. The second one is, well, of course, if he goes king f3, that's the worst. So king f3 is +1. And then right now is zeros after king f2. Yeah, zeros after king f2. And then king h2 is still 0.75. It's zeros. So I knew I wasn't winning this. If this was a bishop, if this probably was any other piece, I would win this game probably. But because it's a knight and it's also far away from the action, it's not enough time. Thanks for the follow, Remy Shyster. This is 0, but easier to blunder is white. You know what? I believe that. I believe that because you might try to move your knight or be clever, and it's not going to work because, you know, all it takes is a slip for me to lose this knight, and he's left with a pawn. Now he's winning because he can queen. And a queen, a king, queen, and pawn versus a king and a queen is not always a draw. And you could get in a lot of trouble. Can't believe white can't win from here. It's crazy, right? Crazy, but I knew it was zeros, and he knew it too, and it was a draw. Straight up draw. According to the engine, it's a draw. Yeah, strong stuff. I played the Phenom, you know, the Prodigy here, Hans Niemann, in this tournament.